Hey there Kipsters, Mr. Piazzi here demonstrating how you could create a stem and leaf plot using Google Documents. So unlike a histogram and circle graph, Google Documents is not really set up to create a stem and leaf plot. So what I'm about to show you is just kind of a bootleg makeshift way to do it, but it works. It will create a stem and leaf plot. And basically what I'm going to do is just type in the numbers to create my stems and then my leaves. In order to do that, I'm just going to play around with kind of the formatting of this spreadsheet. So the first thing I'm going to do is click one column. So that means I go to the top of the column and click it. You can see it's highlighted. Scroll to the right, press Shift, and click another column. Now I have all these columns selected. If I shrink the width of one column, should shrink all of them. And now I have a lot of tight columns where I can type in stems and leaves. So I'm going to put my stems over here, which for me was just 0 and 1. And then I'll use this middle one to actually create the bar between my stem and leaf plot. So I'm going to make this one really thin. And I want to make this the bar. So in order to do that, I just need to figure out how to shade it in. Could just shade in the area like that. And that's the bar that you might have drawn between your stems and your leaves. So here are your stems, and here are your leaves. Make it a little bigger so you can see. But after that, I just type in the numbers for my stems and leaf spots. So I had a couple of people who had 5 hours of sleep, 5.5 hours of sleep, 6, 7, and so on. And I also had some people that had 10 hours of sleep, 11 hours of sleep, and 12 hours of sleep. So very simply, that's how I created my stem and leaf plot. The only other thing I'd want to do is create a key. So in order to do that, I could bring it down here, title something key, and say 0 bar 5 equals, it's telling me if you want a text that starts with plus or equals, you need to add an apostrophe. So I'll add an apostrophe first. So apostrophe equals 5. Then I'll just format it so it actually looks like a key. Why don't I copy and paste all this stuff over here? Copy, paste. And then I have this stuff that's going to be my key. Just to put a nice box around it, I'll come here so I can select the cells. And I have a box around it. Oops, I am running out of power. And if I shade in those two cells, it's not perfect, but I have a key. And so like I said, this is not designed for stem and leaf plots, but it's at least one way to create it online. And definitely a neater way to do it, maybe even faster way to do it than to do it by hand. So there's definitely some advantages to this method. Hopefully that gives you some ideas for how you're going to create your stem and leaf plot. Good luck making yours.